Hello, welcome to the newspaper review. Today is Friday, the 15th day in the month of July. My name is Williams Abule, and with me here is Mr. Sonny Gomorai. You're very much welcome to the program.
Thank you.
And together we're going to go through the headlines across newspapers around Nigeria. And of course, like we do it every other day, we get to analyze these headlines, get to talk about, what we think about these headlines, and would love you to also be a part of it. How will you do that? You need to first subscribe to this channel, and then of course in this video, I want to welcome you to our channel. This is TAP TV, and on this show, that is the newspaper review, we go through the headlines across newspapers around Nigeria and get to talk about them. So we'd love to be a part of it. Subscribe to this channel, click on the subscribe button. Don't forget to also click on the notification key. That helps you get notified whenever we put up a new program here on TAP TV, because we have very interesting programs running here on this channel. You don't want to lose opportunities of seeing this program, so stay connected with us. We're also on Facebook as TAP TV, on Instagram is TAP TV_NG, and on Twitter is at TAP TV. So stay connected to us on all of these platforms. We're really glad to have you with us. All right, I'll be right back with the headlines, but that will be after this short break. We'll go straight to taking the headlines on the newspapers. You stay tuned, I'll be right back.
Hey there, are you looking to record your videos, do your voiceovers and take your professional pictures? Look no further. With our state-of-the-art newsroom, photography, kitchen for our food content creators and exclusive children's studio, we certainly can deliver the best studio experience. Our carefully designed studio space can bring your diverse creative content ideas to life. We aim to consistently serve value to our customers far and wide. Come, let Tharv Media give life to your dreams. Tharv Media, a slice of infotainment.
Right, welcome back from that break. We'll go straight to the headlines, and we'll begin with the Vanguard newspaper for today, the 15th day of July 2022. And on Vanguard, we see as a headline there, we see arrested at 17, scavenger cries out for help from prison. And you find details of that on page 13 of the Vanguard newspaper. We also see there, PDP crisis, I'm open to meeting with Wike, Atiku speaking. Details of that on page 28 of the Vanguard newspaper. And lastly, I'll take this one from that top. It says Kwankwaso picks Pastor Idahosa as running mate. Very interesting one there. That story is on page 27 of the Vanguard newspaper. As the major headline here on the Vanguard, we see selfish northern governors push Tinubu into same faith ticket. Sheni, Northern APC Christian leader, speaking. All right, details of that you find on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Also, just as a sub-headline under that headline, we see says Nigerians can't afford Muslim president for 24 years. Notes APC discriminates against Christians. Same faith ticket is party's business. ACF speaking there. Adds Awolowo Azikiwe had Christian tickets. It's already provoking religious distrust. Gumi speaking there. We considered all factors before taking decision. Lukman, that's from the National Working Committee of the APC, speaking there. Says we'll convince Nigerians it won't discriminate against anybody. Group challenges Tinubu to make Lagos APC governor ticket Christian. It's a slap on northern Christians. Bishop Mario Gay speaking there. All right, like I told you earlier, details of all of that you find on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Also here on the Vanguard newspaper, we see varsity strike. Federal government rejected Briggs Committee's report. Presidency source saying. To find details of that, you see on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Also, we see here federal government releases 2021 debt sustainability analysis. Get details of that on page 28 of the Vanguard newspaper. All right, Mr. Shani, let me come to you. And it's no longer news that the APC Muslim ticket has been raising a lot of dust all over the country. I mean, it's been on the news for days now, and we are seeing here that the northern APC Christian leader is saying that selfish northern governors push Tinubu into same faith ticket that has elicited so much reaction. What's your take on that?
Well, for me, I wouldn't subscribe to the Muslim ticket because we live in a country where we have different ethnic beliefs, like yes, ethnic groups. Then we also have different religions. Besides the fact that Islam and Christianity is the ones on the forefront, we still have people who practice other kind of religion. So for me, a Muslim ticket doesn't strike a balance for me. And you see that in the last 10 years, we've had a lot of crisis. You understand? Like the Deborah's case that we experienced, where she went to school and she was mobbed because people who are Muslim believe that she blasphemed against their religion. And up till now, we've not seen the light of the day concerning that case. Yeah. You know, because in Nigeria, once there's something that comes up, you see it to make rounds. The next minute, after 2 weeks, another one is coming. People have forgotten about that one. They'll sweep it under the carpet. The police will say, oh, this is the one that torchlighting now. Before you know, another one comes, they sweep it. So that's what has been happening. So if we say is one Nigeria, then there should be a balance. True. You know, because I'm sure if it's a Christian that picked a Christian ticket, you know what would have happened. Yeah, there would be. Yeah, you know how you know what that would have cost by now in this country. So for me, it's not balanced. Yeah,
I totally agree with you. And you know, but I've said here before now that I feel it's the APC strategy, and for the lots of Nigerians that don't agree with this, they have a chance to speak out at the elections. That is the one way to say, okay, we reject this. We reject this move by the APC or Tinubu to want to, you know, enforce on us Nigerians a Muslim ticket, something that can no longer work for us. If in the past it has even come up that, you know, because Tinubu and the APC keep citing the 1993
this next election this next election in 2023 is going to be a unique one.
It's a different one
because the first time in Nigeria you can see that the electorates are beginning to be awakened to their responsibility.
True.
And you can see that voters' education has really increased. Even though I keep saying that INEC is doing virtually nothing in terms of voters' education. You can see that individuals have taken it upon themselves to educate people within their communities. Even celebrities have taken it as a point of duty to start educating their followers for the needs, why they should vote and why they should get their PVC. So if you go online, go to radio, you see that the voters' education has really increased, and it's individuals that have taken it upon themselves to do this. And you can see that Nigerians are coming out in their mass for the first time to register. They want their voice to be heard, because whether they like it or not, poverty has increased. You know, the challenge that we face as Nigeria has increased.
There's more hunger in the land.
Yes, it has multiplied. I agree. In its hundreds. So you can see that the way people are beginning to become conscious of what they're supposed to do and what they're not supposed to do has greatly increased. So I keep saying it, that the next election we are going to see a lot of upsets.
I totally agree.
There are a lot of people that will not return.
And that's why I say that, you know, for the APC, I mean to say, to go ahead and field a Muslim, you know, let's also look generally into the party, both the APC and the PDP style of how this presidential candidate even emerged. Even in the PDP, they decided to shelve what usually would be their tradition of picking a candidate, which is zoning. They said this year, oh, we are leaving it open. And then, you know, they flung it to the north as against the south that was being clamored for. Same as the APC, it was meant to go to the south, they left it open, and then of course they picked Bola Tinubu, and now again the same APC are going ahead to pick a Muslim ticket as you see. The only response to this is the Nigerian populace to say, we are going to reject your candidacy, and that is through your votes. That's the only way, because there's no level of analysis now that is going to change anything. Although we also saw in the news that the APC has also gone ahead to delay the announcement of Shetima as the running mate to Tinubu and all of that, and this is basically,
and that's because they have an internal crisis.
It is brewing, the whole matter of the Muslim ticket.
Some people, major players in the party, have totally rejected, and
some have even left the party.
Okay.
Some have left the party. Here in Rivers State, Tonye Princewell is a very strong party member of the APC. He has abandoned the party, stating this as the reason. There are other people that are already leaving and saying that means you don't value those of us that are Christians here that are going to work for you. So we're going to see more defections in the coming days as a result of this. So yes, internally there is this rumble, and then it is beginning to cause a lot of maybe reconsideration in the choice they have made. But in my own analysis, I don't see a change coming. I don't see Tinubu bowing to saying that, because you guys are grumbling, we are going to change my running mate. He has made his choice. Nigerians are now left with the only option of making a choice right now, and that is with the PVC. That is the voice that every Nigerian should have right now. So instead of most of us wasting time to analyze the pros and the cons, they all know this. The politicians know the pros and the cons of doing this. They are the ones that drew the religious lines that we are seeing today. They are the ones that drew the political lines that we are seeing today. All the division we talk about were all brought about by these politicians. So they feel they have the total right to push it to their will, push it off their will anyhow they want. So, but in my own take, I say the election ground is the defining moment. Yes, it's a place where we all should say, okay, guy, we reject you. We reject this ticket. And so let's leave it at that. I mean, I know that it's not a good vibe for a lot of Nigerians. A lot of Nigerians are complaining. They feel like for a long time it has been made bare to the open that some people are not.
I'm so happy with what I'm saying now, because when change wants to come, it starts like this, from people becoming conscious of their responsibilities. So if Nigerians keep this pace, this energy right now, in the next 10 years,
there will be a proper change.
Nobody will come and play with people. Yes. Because right now they are beginning to see that power is gradually shifting back to the citizens.
It's true. It's true. It happened, for Christ's sake, it happened in Sri Lanka. I mean, we saw it in the news how the people in Sri Lanka said, "Oh man, we can't take this anymore."
In Nigeria, they would have either tear gassed them.
No, but then
open fire.
What happened in Sri Lanka was even more intense than what we did during the NSAS. That when they took the fight, to the seat of power. Yes, and say kill all of us. If you think you have enough army to kill all of us, all right, go ahead.
They will not even let you come near close to the power.
I agree with you.
Because 300 meters or 500 meters away from there, they will start
firing
water or the spray tear. You can see that in Sri Lanka they didn't open tear gas on them.
Yes, they allowed them to express themselves.
They let them even walk to the government house.
Yeah.
And even when they enter the government house, nobody stopped them. We didn't see anybody being brutalized. In Nigeria, they would have released army. That
would have been a different case. All right, Mr. Shani, let's carry on with the papers. So next we'll be going to News Direct, and on News Direct, as the headlines there, we see Abiodun hails Coleman Wire as it commissions first fiber optic factory. We also see there PWDs endorses Governor Oyetola for second term. All right, as a major headline on the News Direct newspaper, we see fear of crisis. Oshu residents stockpile foodstuffs ahead of July 16 Guba election. CSR Dangote Cement signs 5-year community development agreement with host communities. All right, Mr. Sonny, let me come to you. published report about fear of crisis in Osun State. Remember, the elections kicks off tomorrow, being Saturday, the 16th of July, and residents there are already very apprehensive. The other day, I was speaking to Natasha Brown, and I was asking her, shouldn't Osun State election be better than that of Ekiti State, considering that, you know, Ekiti State was more like a litmus test, and want to believe that both the law enforcement agencies and voters and both INEC would have, you know, learned or, you know, devised a better means of conducting this election. Can you go over what you expect of the Osun State election? And from the reports here, it shows that residents living there already are afraid that there could be more violence. Do you think that will be the case?
Yes, because just like as I was talking to you off camera before we came in here, my greatest fear for even 2023 election is violence. Yeah. Is violence, because whether you like it or not, right now the whole electoral space is tensed. It's
really tensed up. I agree.
Nigeria as it is right now is tensed up. People are agitated. People are irritated. Yeah. You understand? From the happenings, from the collapse of our economy, from the collapse of the naira, from the inflation, food price, you know, cost of living in Nigeria is on the all high. You know, people are agitated. People have been pushed to the wall. So it's also reflecting in the way we talk. Even just going on social media to say you are canvassing for a politician, see the way people come at you. You understand? You know, nobody is talking nicely to anybody, even on social media. You know, they just come at you once you just put something. They say, you know, everybody is aggressive right now. So you can't blame them. You can't blame them, because me reading the news direct this morning, I saw that people have started going to panic buying, and when there's panic buying, there's inflation. The price automatically just goes up. Yeah. You understand? And that is. It's not like there was an increase in anything, but because people are beginning to troop in to buy things. Nigerians on our own. Sometimes I just say that we are our own problem. You know, they just increase the price, and you can't blame them, because the agitation is tense. So everybody is saying, is either I buy my food and stay in my house and watch on TV, and this can also affect the voting system.
Yes, of course.
Because people will be scared of coming out. You understand? See what happened in Ekiti State, where police were there and they were sharing money. People were buying. Vote buying was going on. So that means even the policeman that was there has collected his own share of the money. You understand? True. So I don't know what INEC wants to do differently with this Osun State election, but I'm also scared that if things are not properly done, there will be violence. Well,
I don't hope there will be violence back, because there's no need for that. There's no need for it.
Because APC is doing everything possible to hold on to power.
Yes, and leading up to this election too, we've also seen that some aspirants were attacked. You know, the Labour Party governorship aspirant, you know, has been crying that his house was invaded by thugs. His family was threatened, his house was shot at, and all of that, and he doesn't feel very happy, and he has accused the ruling party, which is the APC in person of Governor Oyetola, of being the mastermind of that attack. He has openly accused him, and even though we haven't gotten any response from you know, the APC, but that alone has also elicited a lot of fear in the minds of the Osun State residents. But also the security agencies have come out to say we have everything on lockdown, and we're assuring, you know, voters that there will be no violence.
And most times, if you look at the Nigerian electoral system, when they conduct elections, most times where these conflicts ensued from are places where they're in the intels, they're not in the main cities.
Okay, yeah.
You understand? Places where maybe it will take INEC maybe 1 hour, 2 hours before they arrive.
Those are the areas.
And those are the places where rigging
could take place.
Yes, always take place, not could take place, because most times in the city, urban cities like this, everybody is monitoring their phones and all those
both
things.
international monitors and everybody.
And those areas are where security too is always lagging.
Yeah, so yeah, you're right. So these are areas that the security agencies should focus on and protect people there.
Flashpoint areas, where they have to beef up security. You understand? Even though most times we've seen that even the security aid and abet such incidents.
Yes. Well, my notes to the INEC and to people of Oshu is come out for the people, come out and vote. Vote your conscience, vote for the person you feel that will bring all your hopes and aspirations for your state to life. If you're complaining about your current situation, this is the time to lend your voice to making a change. So come out and vote in mass. If you sit at home and fear that, oh, there will be violence, there will be no violence. Come out and vote, and then so that you can save the lives of your children, your children's children. Of course, you too, you can have a breath of fresh air. And then to INEC, please be a fair judge. Be a fair judge. Let everybody have a chance to do this. Our security agencies, this is your job. You're called out to do this. Please ensure a free and fair atmosphere for people to, exercise their rights to vote. All right, moving on, we'll go to news. The Nigerian Tribune for today, the 15th day of July 2022. And on Nigerian Tribune, we see here Constitution Amendment, Ogun lawmakers okay legislative judicial autonomy bills, 42 orders. Details of that is on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. We also see here Twitter ban in Nigeria unlawful, ECOWAS court rules. Details of that you find on page 28 of the Nigerian Tribune. Also, as the major headline here, we see insecurity last 12 years challenging for Nigeria. Buhari blames terrorism on trans-border insurgents, orders military to wipe out terrorists, bandits. I am leaving behind legacy of fighting corruption, he says. Details of that you find on page 8 of the Nigerian Tribune. And also at the bottom part here, we see Oshu Makinde Wike absent as Atiku Okowa lead PDP grand rally for Adeleke. Court dismisses suit seeking Oyetola's disqualification. Details of that you find on page 5 of the Nigerian Tribune. All right, Mr. Shode, I'll come to you again. It says Buhari here saying that he is leaving a legacy of fighting corruption. Do you agree with him? How would you describe Nigeria in terms of the fight against corruption? How well has this administration done?
I don't know which corruption is.
Well, he believes that his administration has fought corruption to a good extent. Do you agree with him?
Really? I don't see that. I don't see that, because corruption is on man. What is the president even saying?
Yeah.
Okay, corruption for me, I don't see anything he has done in terms of fighting corruption, because every day we see people still looting Nigeria coffers and they're in power. We've not seen any government official that they've said, okay, this one has gone to jail because he stole Nigeria money. Is it that they will be in court dragging the matter for God knows when? You understand? So I don't think he has done well in terms of corruption.
Oh well, yeah. And recently the president seemed to want to be rolling out some of his achievements as he's leaving office, as this tenure of gradually rolls out. He seems to be telling Nigerians how much he has done, what areas he has done well, and all of that. And this is just one of those where he's saying that, okay, I have fought corruption very well and I'm leaving a legacy of fighting corruption. And a lot of Nigerians don't seem to agree with that, and it's not a surprising thing for me.
For me, anybody that will come in will say he wants to fight corruption is to put up laws, liaise with the Senate and bring up laws. And most times, I think the major problem we have in Nigeria is the Senate. Because if we have a Senate that that is waiting for the president before they take a decision. The president has to approve it or say, then they're just there, plastic cement. Because I want to see where they will put a law that every Nigerian child will school here in Nigeria. I want to see a law where they will say, okay, the subsidy for fuel, this is the amount that was spent, this is the amount that was given. I want to see a country where we start to refine our own petroleum. You understand? Nigeria is one of the highest producers of tomato paste, but we don't produce tomato paste. We send the raw product out. The same thing we are doing with crude. We are not. What are we manufacturing?
We are not a production company. Yes, we are not a production country. I mean,
we are fighting corruption. And you know the bottlenecks why we don't see have constant power today in Nigeria is corruption. Somebody is bringing in generators into the country, so therefore my business will not die. So I'll do everything to ensure that we don't have steady power. So it's corruption.
I agree with you. I mean, I don't know how to respond to Buhari's claims,
So, I don't know.
but then I would say that the lives of Nigerians have not really improved in the last 8 years.
Whether you like, you come on air and say, oh, my government is doing well, my government is doing this, we've come out of inflation. What is inflation? When it's not reflecting in the life of your citizens.
That's what I'm saying.
Until your citizens start to live well and say, oh, I can comfortably live well. I can comfortably eat bread.
Because you can say you have fought corruption if you have fought corruption as he claims, it would have been reflected in the lives of Nigerians, in our economy, in a lot of things. I mean, let's even cite one scenario, the scenario of the wrong importation of bad fuel.
Okay. Did you hear anybody go to jail?
Oh God, if this is a government that fights corruption, by now would have seen the result of the investigations that they claimed they were on.
Okay.
Today, no names were mentioned.
Did you hear anybody was sacked?
I mean, how many governors did he send to jail in his time? How many ministers did he sack from office for wrongdoing? Even at that, we still have Temipre Silva at the end of affairs in petroleum. We still have the NNPC board chairman there, despite the fact that Nigeria was plunged into a crisis for over 3 months. We were there till today. I mean, we just have to take it all in. I mean, these are things that, in fact, this is just one scenario in many that we don't want to talk about today. But well, we'll just leave it to him. If he says he has fought corruption to a reasonable extent, well, well, that's all we'll be taking this morning. I want to thank you very much, Mr. Shani, for coming to the program. And to our viewers, I want to thank you too for staying with us up to this time. We want to also encourage you to stay connected to us on all the platforms, like I earlier said, on Facebook, Instagram, on Twitter, and of course here you need to subscribe and of course turn on your notification to always get notified whenever we come online with a new program. That will be all we're doing today on the Newspaper Review. My name is William Sabule. You stay very safe and calm. For you in Osun State, go ahead and cast your vote. That's the only voice you have. Till next time I come here again, stay well.